One of the more popular prime lenses for the EF-M system was the 22mm f2. Now it looks like Canon has taken the popularity of that lens and worked on an upcoming line of prime lenses for the new R10 and R7 that are really interesting. Hi, my name is Roger, and on this channel we talk about cameras, tech gear, photography and videography, all that good stuff. So if you're also interested in this, go hit that subscribe button and press the bell so you get updates on future videos. Now, before we go through the list of potential new prime lenses for the cropped RF cameras, it's important to say that these are just rumors and Canon has not officially said anything about it themselves. But the list is really interesting. The list contains of 4 new RFS lenses, all with an aperture of f2.8. Now we have a 10mm, 14mm, 16mm and a 20mm prime lens. If we were to do the math, the full frame equivalent would be a 16mm, a 22.4mm, 25.6mm and a 32mm. Out of these 4 lenses, the 10mm or a 16mm equivalent, it's a perfect wide-angle landscape or vlogging lens. It's the APS-C version of the already full-frame RF 16mm 2.8. Now the 14mm is equivalent to a 22.4mm, and the 24mm in the full-frame world, it's a very popular focal length for prime lenses. When it comes to the 14 and 16mm, I personally don't understand the need to release 2 prime lenses that are so similar to one another when it comes to the focal length. There's only a 2mm difference, so I think one of these won't see any release dates, and I think that will be the 16mm. I just don't see the need for that lens to hit the market if we get the other 3. Now, and there's also the fact that today we already have a full frame RF 16mm f2.8. So if we get the 16mm APS-C version, for that lens to be interesting, they need to set the price lower than the one that's already out there, and that's actually cheap, by the way. Or they need to give it a feature that the full frame version doesn't have, like optical stabilization. Now, if they don't do one of these things, people could just buy the full frame version and be set if they one day wanted to upgrade to a full frame camera. Now, the 20mm is equivalent to a 35mm full frame lens, and we have that in the full frame RF 35mm f1.8. And I think Canon wants to have an APS-C line that's similar to their budget RF full frame lenses. So a 35 or the 20mm is a natural way to go. So out of the 4 rumored lenses, I think we'll definitely see the 10mm, the wide angle, and the 20mm, the 35mm equivalent, but I also think the 14mm is a lens that people would be interested in. But when could we see them being released? I hope we could see at least 1 or 2 before Christmas. That would be a good strategy to have a release for the holidays, maybe an announcement during Techtober, but we will just have to see. I'm seeing people starting to receive their R7s and R10s, and I'm really happy for them. I'm a member of several R7 and R10 Facebook groups, and people are really posting their cameras on there. I recently just hung up with my camera store, and unfortunately, that camera store was not the priority for Canon to ship out cameras now in their first shipment. So I won't receive my R7 unfortunately now. I will have to wait for the second shipment, and hopefully that will come out in just a couple of weeks, but we don't have any new date for that. But I am hopeful that I will get it soon, and I have a long list of video ideas for the R7, and I'm really eager to start testing the camera and making those videos. So if there's anything specific topic or anything about the camera, specifically the R7 that I have pre-ordered, you would like to see, please let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, if you like this video, please press the thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't done that already. And that's it for this video. So maybe I will see you in another video.